Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, E Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab while I do what I do. I'm getting some sun glare, but I'm gonna do what I do for you. I got something nice for you. A quick lesson, won't be that long, so let's get it started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to, attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we going with this? You will when I get there. Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. That's what I do for you. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know, is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yah, be true. Excuse me. I just wrapped up the lesson with Asar, Asar, and Haru. Now I'm going to give you a quick summary of the mystical symbolism of the story of Asar, Set, Haru. And hopefully I'm going to give you what I call a synopsis. We're going to break it down as we go. This is the fun part for me. This is teaching. Let's go. I just gave you the story. Now, Asar represents the human soul. I told you he's the first spirit, the first in man in physical form, the first five elements. But Asar represents the soul. That's us. Has incarnated on earth. Spiritual beings come here to have a human experience in the human form. Thus, he represents the innermost reality of all human beings, the spirit that's in us. The soul falls in love with what? Life. And the physical human existence, which is symbolized by who? Nephet, the twin to Aset, okay? And Nephet represents the physical pleasure, aka lower nature. But now when the soul, they say he got, a little weak, but the soul forgets what is true nature, which is immortality, and intuitive wisdom, which is his wife. It becomes what? Overpowered now by what? The lower nature, aka the ego self. Ego, okay, as symbolized by Set. I just gave a quick breakdown of the family. Asar, Aset, Nephet, and Set. Those are the four children of Nuke and Gad. But those are four aspects of your character that, again, you control them. You see, Set and Nephet is what? Your lower nature. Asar and Aset is your higher nature. Follow along, trying to get you to understand. Watch this. It should get better. So therefore, Asar's brother, which is lower nature, symbolizes what? Egoism. And all of the negative qualities which a human being will develop when what? When they're ignorant of their higher essence. All those negative qualities, jealousy, envy, greed, lust, all those negative qualities that what you will acquire. Why? Because you don't know no better. And for a certain point, it's understandable, but it's not acceptable. The story symbolically relates to what? How the unbridled negative emotions and your desires of the human being, aka your ego set, will run you crazy. It's self-destructive. It only wants what it wants, and it's never going to be satisfied. So if you keep giving into your lower nature, your pleasure, it's going to keep taking. Sound familiar? Y'all call him the devil. Okay, what you call him to make a difference to me. I'll give you a philosophy about it. Hope you can understand it better and deal with it from a different perspective. At least understand it. So, oh, the devil got me. The devil. Man, stop with that. Please, excuse me. But it's your ego, essentially, what? And the ego will hack to pieces, what? Your soul, by taking it bit by piece. It don't care. And it attempts to what? It only wants to stop any chance of your soul to what? Reincarnate in order for it to seek what? Redemption, or more importantly, enlightenment. The ego is the bad guy when it comes to you being your best self. You need to conquer him. That's the first thing you have to do. It's all about your emotions and your control of your lower nature. That's the first thing. And set also represents what? You ready? Treachery of the world. When you got bad leadership, nothing good's going to happen throughout the world. Moving on. I'm not saying that, it's a fact. That which what? Seems to promise Antichrist. It seems to be good. It sounds like it's going to be good. It's telling you it's going to be good. But guess what? You'll find out later, and it already knew that it ain't. And all the promise of pleasures and good things and all that stuff that he promised, but what? It is in reality just a snare, which will what? Enslaves the soul and all the suckers to that myriad of forms of what? Misery, suffering of the human existence. And it's all born on by them. Their ego caused them to do it. The devil made me do it. Yep, sure did. Like, get him, flip, tell him the devil made me do it. But who listens to the devil? Ignorant people. Moving on. Set represents, listen, the distractions and the unnecessary pressures of life to what? Again, to indulge in the pleasures of the senses of the body. You got 5 of them. It smell good. It look good. It sound good. Do it feel good? Bottom line, do it taste good? Those are only 5 senses. I like to use my 6. I like to think before all that kicking. I'm thinking about all of those before I try them. Moving on. Again, thus, Haru represents what? Me and you. Spiritual aspirants, a.k.a. right thinkers. Why? The desire to study is practice, the desire to study and practice what? The teachings. Ding, 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 ding. That's what I profess right there. Don't just study it. Don't just learn it, but you practice it. Why? So that you can learn it and know it and teaching and what? And the inner spiritual strength that you gain, which is required to supplement what? Your lower nature, that ego self, and to succeed in what? The struggle, of life. Again, that's the internal moral fight that your ego and your higher self will constantly have if you don't put the ego in check. Once you check the ego, once your lower nature is in check, it will do whatever you tell it to do. Why? Because that's what it's meant to do. If it had no control, it's going to do whatever it wants to do. You don't want that. That's why. And understand it, you get the concept. In life, success meaning what? Conquering your lower nature. Defeating your ego self. Why? You can't get better. You gonna live on that same level. The third level, you got to raise in masonry. You ain't a master mason with 3 degrees. Did you know that? You need the upper level. You need to become conscious. That's the difference. And that's all esoteric teaching. That's all. They're not special. Moving on, let me wrap this up. It's gonna be short, I told you. Let me wrap this another paragraph and we out. Oh, everybody like when to tell you, yeah, I got a little bit to go. Then my pastor say, stay with me. I said, now let's talk about her. She is wisdom, which allows a person to what? Put together understanding of what? Their higher self, their higher reality, aka their spiritual self. I'm spiritually disciplined. Christians call it being prayed up. I call it being God conscious, Christ conscious, whatever it is. But you got to think, she is also the knowledge of how to call what? To the God, to divine. I know I got God on the main line. I know how I can talk to him. If I want to be prayed for, I call my pastor. Other than that, I talk to God whenever I want. Pretty much however I want. But no, that's what they're saying. When you got that connection, you are tied in. In order to discover one's spiritual essence, you have to go through some things. You have to do some things. You're going to be shown some things, but you're going to have to manifest them, okay? She, together with what? Her inner spirit. Asar, the spirit that's in us, as symbolized by the spirit of Asar, oh, I love this, is also what? The power where? Within the heart, which gives all persons what? Encouragement. If you ain't got no heart, you got nothing. Okay, remember? And a strength to what? With encouragement from the heart and strength to face the adversities of life. If your faith and your belief in what you believe in is strong, you will get through it. If you just haphazardly, half-assed and hoping and wishing and praying, it won't happen for you. Why? Because the sincerity comes from here. And that's what he judges you by. Understand that. And then what happened? When adversities of life, you're able to handle them. And then to call out what? To divine God. In order to attain what? Enlightenment. Solomon asked God for what? Knowledge. I ain't gonna bother with that. Did he use it? No, but he asked for it. Be careful what you ask and wish for. Why? Once you get it, what you gonna do with it? Perfect example. I got a buddy, 50 years of friendship. When he got the girl of his dream that he worked hard for, I'm laughing because he was working. He was working. And because he thought it was worth it, he did all that. And guess what? When he got it, he still got it. That's respect. Okay? So if you get what you claim you want, you're supposed to take care of it. Just saying. I lost my faith. God, don't get Connie messing with you. All right, that's my dude. Where we at? Good mother. I'm down here somewhere. Okay, we dealing with, Asar. Asar gives you energy and willpower from the heart. Again, but watch this. The divine order, obtain enlightenment. That's what I ask for. I always pray for that. Why? It serves me well. So when a desire to learn, to better yourself, emerges spirituality, it is what? The inner spirit of who? Asar, which is now urging you to aspirate his son Hadu. Me and you, watch this. Onward. That's something that what made me get up every day and do this. That's what that is. And I don't want to do it. Okay, ego. Why? You get me through it. That's what he'll do. That's what purpose. And watch this. Then that movement towards spirituality, enlightenment, is now nurtured by who? The goddess as who? As a mother who brings forth new life, and she nourishes it to health and watches through growth by protecting it from what? All the elements and from all negative influence. Sound like a mother, don't it? And until what? It is strong enough to do what? Stand on its own. As a parent, that's our job. I gave that to my son. His mother gave him her spot, and that's how it's done. For all those people who think it's normal for a single parent, too much pressure. I didn't have to be his mother, just his father. His mother didn't have to be his mother and father. So we worked together on that. I still respect her for that. Why? Because I didn't have to go to court. We had to know none of that. None of that. We need more of that. Working together, and we have better offspring. We have better generations coming up if we work together to do just that. Put your feelings aside, put the nonsense, but you take care of what's important. The child. That's what we don't have enough of. Too many selfish people just want to do them. Moving on. That's called child support. They take care of that problem. But again, you want your child to learn to stand on his own. And Anubis, he's the offspring between spirit and mortality. Remember, he fell in love with the physical part. That's Neptet. She represents mortality. He got with her. They had an offspring, Anubis. Now, he represents what? The best part about you. Pardon me. Development of intellectual discrimination. Excuse me, I keep getting them to me. Discrimination, discernment, making a decision on the fly, on the spot. Why? Being able to discern right from wrong, truth from lies. The ability, again, to understand what? Truth from the untruth. When I was Diddy Bop on the corner, I had to know if you was a customer or the cops. And I had to make that decision real quick. So you didn't know if I was dealing with you because you was police, or I thought you was police, or you was a customer. If you didn't get served by me, I didn't trust you. And you can't do nothing about that. Moving on. Okay. But reality. And they also got to understand reality from what? Unreality. Don't let nobody gaslight you and soup you up with a bunch of nonsense. And Sabet, which represents lower beastly nature, he represents the power of your lower nature, just brute force. It's okay to be that, but without no brawn, all brawn and no brain, they don't go far. And he represents the physical body, but when it is supplemented and placed in what? The service of what? Your higher self, it's a beautiful thing. Set, when he works for his higher self, he is the honey badger. Why? He got the fight that you'll never see before. But if it's misguided and put in the wrong place, ain't nothing wrong with a big, strong person that has no control and nobody control it. That's an untamed animal. We got human beings like that who just ain't all there sometimes. Mike. Sometimes Mike just go into Mike mode. Back up and leave him be. Why? He about to tear something out. When Bill Bixby, the Dr. Bruce Banner, when he go to the Hulk, he only do it into Hulk mode when he feel threatened or fear. Don't scare him. No, you might not want to do that. Don't make him mad. He said, you might not like me when I get mad. We all have that in us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And it's a built-in mechanism. Safety mechanism, defense mechanism, protective, whatever it is, but we all have it. And you'll find out more about a female if you mess with their child. You'll get the wrath. Hell have no fear like a woman scorned or threatened about their kids. Okay, moving on. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, but I wanted to break it down and help you get a better understanding, because this is all about you knowing you in every aspect of you. That's what I do for you. In closing, right thinkers, me, y'all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know that my good people, right thinkers, have passed away. I'll be back. I got a whole, we only on page 45. We rolling though. I'll be back. Thank you.